Welcome back to Make Stuff Nation. Today I'm finishing the interior of this wooden Snipe class sailboat so that I can go ahead and apply the plywood decks. I need to install the chain plates that hold the mast shrouds. These chain plates are attached along the shear clamp of the boat 12.5 inches behind the mast step. I'm using stainless steel chain plates made by Racelight. I've gone ahead and epoxied some blocking in place where these chain plates are going to sit. They're just behind the aft deck beam from the foredeck and the first quarter deck beam. The chain plates will be installed thusly. We'll have one screw going into the shear clamp and then 3 screws going into this blocking. Here's the final installation of the chain plates. The plans say that you can use screws to attach them, but I really don't think there's enough meat there in the shear clamp and that blocking to give a strong fit. So I used number 10 silicone bronze bolts, and these through bolts are incredibly strong and will make sure these chain plates never come loose. I'm also working on making a bulkhead for the number 5 frame to waterproof the aft compartment of the boat for buoyancy. I'm using a method called flagging off or using tick sticks. This method is great for transferring odd shapes over to another piece of material to make a pattern or your final item. I've made 2 tick sticks, one long one and one short one because of the confined space, and they need to have some sort of notches or shape that makes the end of the stick unique. Then you take the tick stick, you take the point and put it on the point you want to transfer. Say the bottom of where this frame intersects the keel batten. After I put it in place, I can move this end to be anywhere on this template. That doesn't really matter, as long as the point is touching where you want to transfer. Then you hold the stick in place and trace it out on your piece of material. Then you just move on to your next point, say this other corner. You do the same thing. You put the point on the item you want to transfer, hold it in place and trace it. The unique shape of the tick stick guarantees that when you put the stick back on the template, that this point will be in the same place in space. I've marked the points I need on here, so now I'll show you how to make our final bulkhead. First, I'm going to clamp this template in place on our stock so that it doesn't move around. You want to make sure you're clamping in a place where you're not going to be putting your tick sticks. Now you just take your tick stick, match it up with one of your lines, and mark the point. You can just mark a dot, or you can make a circle, or actually trace the point of the tick stick. Either method works. Once we get all these points plotted, then we're going to play connect the dots. Now that I've transferred all the points, I can use a straight edge to connect them together. So here's the outline of the aft bulkhead that we've created, flagging off or using tick sticks. This is a rough outline of the bulkhead, just to get the general shape to get it in the boat where I can start working on it. These 2 points are the bottom edges of the deck support longitudinal stringers. So I can actually cut this bulkhead a little higher and then notch out for the stringers. But this will get me in the ballpark. Now I can go ahead and cut this out. It's pretty close, but I just need to notch out around these longitudinal members, maybe about 1/4 of an inch. This is a great fit except for this one corner, which I must have messed up somewhere along the line. But that is going to be easy. I'll just trim off this little bit. I have this bulkhead at frame 5 fit, so now I'm going to start working on the bulkhead for frame 2. There we go. That should be all the points I need to make this bulkhead. Forward and aft bulkheads fit and the chain plates installed, I went ahead and radiused the chine log. Then I sanded the entire interior of the boat up to a 220 grit finish. I made sure to knock off any corners on the framework to make sure I can get good paint adhesion. With the sanding complete, I came up front and cut off the frame extensions at frame number 1. Then I finished beveling in the shear, deckwork, and stem of the boat so I can install the decks after the paint cures. boat's ready for interior paint, but to do that I need to be able to move it in and out of the garage, so I built this wooden carriage with wheels so I can move it easily. The boat was too heavy though for the wife and I to lift it easily from this old framework onto the carriage, so I was able to rig up an old chain hoist I had and some pulleys to be able to lift it while I moved the carriage underneath it. The straps or slings holding the boat are just temporary. They're not very strong, so I'm going to add some cross bracing underneath with carpet pads for the boat to permanently rest on. What you doing, Max? You investigating? How's it look?
Sanding.
Is it ready for paint? Or do we need to go up another grit? You gonna jump in the bushes? Make your great escape?
I'm asked.
You're not really an outdoor cat. I've sprayed on 2 coats of primer to the interior of the hull. In between coats, I've sanded it to a 220 grit finish, and I've been using some wood filler to patch any little holes or cracks I've found. The instructions say to apply the primer in thin coats, but after 2 coats I felt I wasn't getting the coverage that I should be. I watched a few of their tutorial videos, and they recommend rolling it on. I then used a foam roller to apply a 3rd coat in the aft compartment, as well as in the forward compartment. I don't know if it's just because it was the 3rd coat, or if it was applying it with the roller, but I was very happy with this coat. I have not sanded this yet, but I intend for this 3rd coat to be the last coat of primer before I do the interior paint. I ran out of primer though and haven't been able to apply the 3rd coat to the rest of the boat. I've ordered some more primer, but due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, it sounds like shipping might get delayed a few weeks. Because of that, I'm going to wrap up this video here. There are some other tasks I can work on while I'm waiting for the primer to get delivered. I can start work on the dagger board or the rudder, and you can probably expect to see that in the next video or 2. As always, I hope you found this video entertaining and useful. Thanks again for watching Make Stuff Nation. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Up some pulleys and a chain hoist, and